The year is 1392. King Charles VI of France, known as Charles the Beloved, leads his army through a forest near Le Mans. The sun beats down, and the king, already weakened by fever, is clad in heavy armor. Suddenly, a leper in rags rushes out from the trees, grabbing the bridle of the king's horse. "Ride no further, noble king," he cries. "You are betrayed." The warning is ignored, but it plants a seed of paranoia in the king's mind. Moments later, a page, drowsy from the heat, drops a lance against a helmet with a loud clang. The king, startled, draws his sword and charges, screaming, "Forward against the traitors! They wish to deliver me to the enemy." He strikes down several of his own men before he is finally subdued. This was the first descent into a madness that would plague him for the rest of his life. The king's affliction became known as the glass delusion. He would often refuse to allow anyone to touch him, fearing he would shatter. He would run wildly through the corridors of his palace, his howls echoing through the halls. For months at a time, he would not recognize his own wife, Queen Isabeau, or his children. He would forget his own name and his royal title. The court physicians were powerless, trying everything from exorcisms to potions, but nothing could bring the king back to himself for long. While the king was lost in his own fractured mind, his court became a viper's nest of ambition and betrayal. With a power vacuum at the heart of the kingdom, the nobles began to circle. The two most powerful figures were the king's brother, Louis of Orleans, and his uncle Philip the Bold, Duke of Burgundy. They became the de facto rulers of France, but their rivalry was bitter and all-consuming. They fought for control of the treasury, for influence over the queen, and for the loyalty of the other nobles. The kingdom was torn apart by their greed. The queen, Isabeau of Bavaria, was caught in the middle. Rumors swirled around her. Was she a faithful wife, desperately trying to hold the kingdom together for her children? Or was she a manipulative adulteress, secretly plotting with Louis of Orleans to seize power? The whispers grew louder, poisoning the court and turning public opinion against her. The people, already suffering from the endless war with England and the heavy taxes imposed by the feuding dukes, began to see the queen as the source of their problems. The rivalry between Orleans and Burgundy would not end in whispers. It would end in blood. In 1407, Louis of Orleans was brutally assassinated in the streets of Paris on the orders of John the Fearless, the new Duke of Burgundy. This act plunged France into a civil war, a bloody conflict between the Armagnacs, who supported the cause of Orleans, and the Burgundians. The king, in his rare moments of lucidity, could only watch as his kingdom tore itself apart. He was a king in name only, a fragile, broken man trapped in a gilded cage, while his court and his country descended into chaos. Was the king's madness the cause of the kingdom's suffering, or was it merely a reflection of the madness that had already taken root in the hearts of those who sought to rule? Thanks for joining us on Forbidden Thrones. If you want to uncover more dark truths from the pages of history, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next chapter.